We're going live on YouTube, so it's gonna be a little weird in the very front of this.
Yeah, give us a second so we can share the link.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm putting us live, but I think I'm gonna try to stop. Even if they see us talking right now, I don't really care.
It's our pre-show, and I need permission to record.
It's that's what I'm doing right now. Pre-show, more. Allow record. Allow to multi-pin. I'm gonna put up multi-pin. Does that let you post it on Facebook? Now, do you have the more option?
Not yet, I don't.
I don't know what multi-pin means, so all right. I'm not gonna allow you to multi-pin. I took it away from you.
Bastard. Don't take it away.
No, it's away. Take it away. We're gonna go live on YouTube, so it's gonna be a little weird. Oh, that's YouTube talking.
Yeah, give us a second so we can
Oh, that's confusing. I'm gonna mute that shit. Hello, YouTube people.
There's no YouTube. Come on, man. There's no YouTube people.
Truckee Pacific, and no one's watching yet. But it's weird because I'm logged in. It's also logged in under Mel's account to be commenting on. Can I change that? Let's change that. Switch account to Truckee Pacific.
Are you sharing on Santori's project? Because I can Mary Beth up there, she can do the comment board if you need to.
We are changing on. We're gonna share on everything we can. Right, James?
Yeah, it won't. Because you're hosting, it won't let me share on Facebook. I don't have more options. But I'm copying the link. Yeah, I'm copying the link right now into Facebook.
Santori's project.
There's one person watching. Yes, it's probably you, James.
It is me watching.
Well, we support. We appreciate your support.
Right.
Thanks for
I appreciate my own support as well.
We appreciate you watching.
The neat thing is I can watch on YouTube now, and it's really easy to comment on.
What is it? YouTube Live?
Yeah, it's YouTube Live under Truckee Pacific.
Interesting.
So, guys, whenever you watch this back, understand that this is our first time doing it. So, this is what it looks like.
I'm sending all these links now to all of our pages because you can actually watch us go as we're on Facebook. If they hit the link, it'll go straight through. So
sweet. That's
all this shit will be well edited out when it gets printed up.
When it goes back in.
Yeah.
For Facebook Live. Let me bring up my thing. Well, then we're just waiting on Dave to tell us that we're good to go.
Give me 45 seconds.
45 seconds it shall be. Oops. I don't know what.
All right. All right, amigo. Ready when you are.
All right. Let me cough real quick.
That's a good way to start it.
Good way to start. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the way we're going to start, and this is it. I am James Thomas. I am the host of James's Games. James's Game is a really simple game. It's one I made up. It has very simple rules. Whatever rules I make are the rules of said game. Sometimes I'll keep track of your points. Sometimes if I'm lazy, you'll keep track of your points. I will let you know as that game goes on.
I just want to say that I don't think we've ever finished at James's Games where the points were tracked the entire time.
No.
I won't point that out.
No, we have never finished a James's Game where they've been tracked the entire time. And we don't start off this season with our reigning champion, but we got to yell out to her. So Courtney Gunn, our reigning champion, what's up? We look forward to having you on the James's game. One of these two guys will probably be trying to compete with you. And with that, let me introduce the two guys that are competing on this. Number one, we have the writer of the new book, Caldera. He is also the host of the Mile High podcast and the Quick Hits show. He's one of the four founders of Truckee Pacific. We've got Dave. Dave, how are you doing?
Hello, world. We are so blessed to be here today.
We are blessed to be here today. And his direct competitor, he is the host of Santori, Now What? Or What Now? I never remember the name. And he's also the main person in the Santori Project, traveling around this country, seeing what beauty is going on. He is a very funny comedian, a former Jungle Cruise skipper, and my good friend Mike Santori. What's up, Santori?
What up, James? How are you guys doing tonight?
Good, man. I'm good. I'm excited. Are you guys excited to do a James's game again?
I'm excited to do James's game, and I'm also excited that we're doing this on YouTube. Because the 6 people that we had watching us on Facebook, now we don't have them anymore. So now it's literally just the 3 of us just hanging out and chatting. That's really what it is.
Which was always the plan of all of it. So we're just going to start off real quick, and then we're going to play Jeopardy. I'll stop in the middle and talk to you guys about something. Here's how I explain the game to you. I'm calling it Nick at Night, hence I'm in black and white. Nick at Night is a very simple game. I have 12 shows. It's a 12-show game that I have described myself. That's all it is. It's a description of a show. You guys are going to have to guess it. I may have follow-up questions that award you points. We're going to go one to the other. The only way you can get 2 points in a row is if you answer the question correctly and you get the follow-up question. It doesn't make sense because I just made up the rules. So, since Dave is on all the shows and Santori, since where you're sitting, you're at the bottom, I'm going to start with you. So, Santori, the first show from the Nick and Night game. Here's the description. The description is, doppelgangers are forced to live together even though they're from different worlds. What show is that?
What was the first part?
Huh?
What was the first part?
Doppelgangers are forced to live together even though they are from different worlds.
Could it be Perfect Strangers?
It is not Perfect Strangers, and the point moves over to Dave. If Dave misses it, I guess I'm going to give you a clue. Dave, the question. Doppelgangers are forced to live together even though they are from different worlds.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Addams Family. I'm not sure.
It is not Addams Family. All right. It goes back to Santori. This means that there will not have extra credit points in this question. So the extra questions aren't going on because some of the questions I was going to ask you, I'm going to have to give you as hints. The show takes place in Brooklyn Heights.
Is it a different world?
Not. Dave, the show takes place in Brooklyn Heights.
Cosby Show.
No. All right, back to Santori.
Doppelganger. I'm still stuck on
Doppelganger, and when you find out what it is, you're going to be mad. Okay.
I'm already mad right now that I haven't gotten it.
Santori, here's your third clue. It is a black and white show, and one of the doppelgangers' names was Kathy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was thinking of something, and you threw Kathy, and it threw me all off now.
What were you thinking it was?
I was thinking it was Beverly Hillbillies because I'm stuck on the doppelgangers. But no, since it's black and white and her name is Kathy and they're doppelganger, I have no idea. Different worlds. Brooklyn Heights, and that's another thing. Yeah, that didn't work out because of Beverly Hillbillies, Brooklyn Heights. Man, I'm gonna have to say My Favorite Martian.
Not my favorite Martian.
That's a
Dave,
good choice.
this is it. You guys
All right.
won't get the first question if you can't get it right. It is a black and white show, and one of the doppelgangers is Kathy.
There you go. That's probably the best guess hint you'll ever get from this Kathy's
Yeah.
name. You just don't know what doppelganger is.
I'm going to say Dark Shadows because I am out.
It is not Dark Shadows. All right, ready? There's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Broadway Heights to Brooklyn Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins. Identical. It is the Patty Duke Show.
Dude, so
Shit, dude. I've never
I'm
seen
going
that
deep.
show in my life.
You've never seen that show.
I have never seen that show ever.
I guarantee you that your parents who watch all our shit are
Oh,
gonna.
I'm sure they have. That show was out when my mom was young, but it doesn't
It's a
necessarily-
black and white Nick and Night show. This is Nick at Night. All
hey,
right.
I'm not mad at us for not getting that.
You're not-
Just for the record. I'm not mad. No. Okay.
These don't get easier. One of them's pretty easy, but they don't get
Okay.
easy. All right. It's moving to Dave
Okay.
because Santori, nothing happened on that. So one of the 12 I gave you guys, you got nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
We got 11
Zero.
more to redeem.
Nada.
If you didn't know Patty Duke, this is going to be tough. This is also a black and white show.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So
Off to a
think
good
back
start.
to your Nick and Night. All right.
Oh, we are. Heard.
Dave, everyone in the show believed they were thinkers, but at least one was a Gilligan.
Was it Gilligan's Island?
It was not Gilligan's Island.
You son of a bitch! You tricked me!
Man, moving on. Santori, come on, you're older than we are.
That doesn't mean shit. I mean,
I'm gonna do
seriously,
it one
I
more time.
really.
I'm
I
gonna do it one more time.
thinkers. Okay,
Everyone on this show
thinkers.
believed they were thinkers, but at
Except
least
for
one was a Gilligan.
Yeah, I have no idea. Couldn't be no.
What do you-
My favorite Martian.
Not my favorite part. I'm gonna help you out, Santori. None of the 12 shows are my favorite Martian. So we'll get that out right now. I actually had no follow-up questions to this one because it's a really obscure show.
Oh,
But I will give you.
well, there you go.
But these are things. Listen, I did not look up any information. These are all things in my noggin. And while we're speaking of my noggin, this hair.
Oh, we're in big trouble.
This hair is my real hair. Everybody likes to comment about my hair on a lot of my videos. This hair is my real hair. This is not a wig. I do not purposely make it this curly.
What's up, big perm?
This is
Yeah,
my
I'll
real
get
hair.
firm.
This is my real hair too. Everybody.
That's right. That's Santori and
This
Dave.
ain't no good. This is natural.
Look at these.
I choose to be this bald.
Not
Right?
me. I've got
This
long,
is choice.
I got long curly hair, and if I was in humidity, it would be even worse. This was having a comb back and push down. All right.
Right.
Here's the next
Okay.
hint. I'm gonna give it to.
Now we got that out of the way.
I'm gonna give it to Dave. One of the characters was named Maynard G. Cribs.
Oh,
Was it Car 54? Where are you?
It is not Car 54. Where are you, Santori? I feel like you're gonna get a point here. Maynard G. Cribs.
yeah. Well, here with the Gilligan thing, you're talking about Mr. What's his name?
Bob Denver.
Denver. Yes, he played Maynard, and it was in Dobie Gillis.
It wasn't Toby Gillis. Santori gets the point. Now, part of the hint on that show. How did it always start off?
I have no.
At
Oh,
the
him.
theater,
Yeah,
he was
him
at the
doing that.
statue.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Right, statue.
Yeah, so you guys are getting the words of these have a little bit of clues to them. So keep that in mind. We're gonna take a quick stop and we're gonna talk to, since you're the only one who got a point, Dave, you don't get to promote shit because you don't have a
That's
point.
fair. I don't care, man.
You get a point.
I don't have to say anything. I got my shit right here. I don't
Yeah,
have to say-
that's true. You are a promoting. Santori, man, tell us what you're up to. Tell us when we can watch you, and tell us when you promote.
How
man.
can we watch you?
Okay, watch me. Well, apparently you can watch me now. At this moment, I'm here with these guys. I'm on High Podcast on Fridays, so they started doing that. And Wednesday nights is what now? Now what? What now? Now what? Now what? It's what it is now what now? Actually, I don't know. But Santori Wednesday nights with my good buddies T-Man and my good friend John, Dr. Detroit, and my number one Dick Mary Beth. So Wednesday nights we got that going on, and probably like in March, I'm thinking maybe the Santori project will be taking off again. So we'll see. But Wednesday nights, what now with Santori?
Santori, and your What Nows are great. You have such a weird variety of guests that show up, and you really do. I mean, guys, you have to check it out. He does live music sometimes. Santori's always playing music. If you like music, and you like funny, and you like Santori, check out that. So, really good. All right, Dave, you don't get to promote. What are you going to say?
No,
Tell me about yours.
I'm going to promote because our sponsors, we have a couple of our sponsors that have jumped onto YouTube Live, and we want to shout them out. So, hi, Mom and Dad. Hi, welcome to YouTube Live.
I hope you heard the first questions, guys, because they were great questions.
They were definitely questions.
They were something.
They were.
All right, Mom and Dad, since you are watching, and these shows are right up your alley, man, feel free to go on the comment and help us out because we're struggling.
Luckily, there's a time delay because Dave's not getting any of these. All right, we're moving on to Santori.
Okay.
Santori, because you started, so there's the third one down. All right.
Okay.
This is a black and white. This started in a black and white. Okay. You don't need to be a Darwin to understand the evolution of men hating their mother-in-laws in sitcoms. You don't need to be a Darwin to understand the evolution of men hating their mother-in-laws in sitcoms. What show am I talking about?
I'm talking about Bewitched.
I am talking about Bewitched, Mike Santori. That was good. Do you know that one, Dave? No. What gave it away, Santori?
Darwin and the hating mother-in-laws.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but I was going to
What do
say
you mean
that.
Darwin? Wasn't it? Are you talking about Darren?
Yes.
Yeah.
But whenever his mother-in-law showed up, she refused to call him by his name, and she would always call him Darwin.
Wow, that's man. This is gonna be a really long game for me because I am. Not doing. Can we get to like the Golden Girls taxi era?
All right.
We're moving a little farther into that time.
Are we colorized yet?
Yeah, I'm not even colorized yet. We're still working in black and white. That one I also have a bunch of follow-up questions. But do you guys like Bewitched? I love Bewitched.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I've seen maybe an episode.
really.
Yeah, man.
You gotta watch some classic TV, Dave. You gotta bring that back.
Apparently, I don't like to live in the past. I want to live in the now.
Past lets you understand what pop culture was like during that time. All right, Dave, you gotta get a point, or you can't promote on my show.
Wow.
Here you go. Number 4. After making a fortune in commodities, a man transplants his family across the country.
That's Beverly Hillbillies.
That, sir, is Beverly Hillbillies. That is absolutely correct.
Caldera, available now in ebook on BarnesandNoble.com and Amazon next week. It'll be out in paperback. Thank you.
There it is.
You didn't even let me set you up for that, man. Well, but you get a second point. You would get an opportunity to win a second point or lose the same.
All right.
Dave,
What?
what do they call their swimming pool?
Cement Pond.
They called it a cement pond. And Dave,
I want to promote the Potter Girls podcast that started last night, and every other Thursday on the Truckee Pacific Network is the Potter Girls podcast. That's my other plug right now.
Dave is really taking this ability to promote winning points.
And Caldera available
He
now.
doesn't know if he's going to win again.
Right?
He's going black and white.
You are 100% correct. I may not get to open my mouth again. I may not get another point. I have to get it all in.
Got to get it all in now.
All right, I'll give 2 points. I'll give 2 points to anyone who can sing me the outro to the Beverly Hillbillies, because they used to have intros. Intros were a big thing, but they also had outros. Who knows the outro to the Beverly Hillbillies?
Negative.
Guess who does know the outro to the Beverly Hillbillies?
You.
I know the outro to the Beverly.
How about
It
you?
goes, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. He would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Take off your shoes. Sit a spell. My mind. This is all things with no research that I have in my mind. Why? Who the hell knows? All right, Santori, we're moving over to you. Okay. And it also means, I think,
We're going color.
we
Color.
are moving up a little bit.
Oh, looks like color.
Oh, it's like we're in WandaVision in real life.
And yeah, we're WandaVision in real life. That's right. All right. A workplace comedy about blue collar workers. Thank you very much.
It could be anything
Could be.
because a lot of blue collar work. I'll bet your clues though. Taxi.
Taxi.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It is absolutely Taxi. You are correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks. Nice. That was a good show.
You get
I
a
actually watched a little bit of it last week on Hulu. Hulu
Taxi
has
is
it,
a
yes.
great show. Louis DePalma
Yes.
is probably one of the best Danny DeVito characters ever.
Yes.
Here's your secondary point because I do have I might have a couple points on that.
No. Okay.
Number one, Andy Kaufman's character,
Vodka.
when he changed from Latka, who was his other personality?
There is actually two of them, but the first one was Vic Ferrari was one, and then Alex. He
right.
perpetrated. Yes, Alex.
Santori, I'm giving you 2 damn points for that.
Thank you.
That was impressive. Good job.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
definitely impressive. Dave, here's your chance to go earn a point off of this one. All right. What was Christopher Lloyd's character's name in Taxi?
Oh, I don't know, Marty. I have no idea what his name. Lou.
Santori, you gonna steal it?
Yeah, it's Jim Migotowski.
Fuck, man.
He is absolutely. You're getting your ass kicked, Dave. You're getting your ass kicked. You got 6 points to 2.
Well,
I hope.
come on, Dave.
Come on, man.
Dude, I don't know any show, past, present, or future that you as well as you know Taxi. I'll tell you that right now.
That is a
Taxi's a
fair.
great show, man. I love Taxi.
It really
It's a
is.
great show. I don't deep dive that far into it.
No, I understand. Just
All right,
big fan.
Dave. We're still in color now.
Okay, good.
All right.
Good.
Roommates who worked together in tandem who eventually relocated to California.
Is it Laverne and Shirley?
It is Laverne and Shirley. You're absolutely correct.
Don't ask me any other questions because that's all I know.
What gave it away?
The ladies working together.
Interesting. What about you, Santori? Was that how
Yeah.
they worked together?
Yeah. No, I mean, moving to California.
See, it's the following of the show of what they end up
Yes.
doing. And for me, the tandem was the big clue because the bicycle in the beginning, where they're riding on a tandem, it's obscure, guys. It's
Yes.
obscure. But Dave, you got 3 points to Mike's 6, so you're coming in there. You're coming in there. We're going into a little bit more color, so hopefully this works. I don't have any other follow-ups of Laverne and Shirley because I don't, and that's the
Wasn't
great.
that a spinoff of Happy Days?
It is a spinoff of it. You know what, Dave? I'm gonna give you a point because you're absolutely right. I will give you another point if you can name
Wait a minute.
2
No
other
question.
spinoffs of Happy Days. You have to name them both to get a single point.
Joni Loves Chachi.
Correct?
I have no idea. Big Owls or something like that.
No. Santori, I'll let you still his point that I was going to give him for 2 answers for the single answer. What show is he missing that is a spin-off of Happy Days?
Morgan Mindy.
You are absolutely correct. Morgan Mindy is a spin-off
Man,
of Happy Days. Closed it
Yes.
out. You stole his point. Because everyone knows Joe.
Morgan Mindy. That's when I first fell in love with Robin Williams.
Oh,
That's
what
when
a
I knew he
great
was.
character.
Yes, it was great.
that's
Imagine-
Happy Days.
Think about it. He put that character on Happy Days, and then they were like, you know what? Let's fucking just spin off that character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it worked. It was crazy. It was.
I'd say Morgan Mindy better than Happy Days.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Funnier.
no,
Yes.
Funnier.
It definitely played better.
it sure did.
So what's the points at? I'm so lost right now.
Dave, you're at Santori's at 7. Dave, you're at 4.
4.
Not bad.
Okay.
But you're about to get this question, and I got to move a little bit more towards.
Ooh.
We're coming back in. We're a little bit back to the few. We're moving in. These are newer shows, not black and white here. This is the one I consider an easy one, Dave. So it's kind
So
of
my turn or Santori's turn?
It worked out for you. All right.
No, sure. Is it? No. All right.
I'll take
Whatever.
it.
Yeah, give it to him. Dad. Yeah, Dave can have this turn. Yeah, let him have it.
Is it Dave's turn?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's Dave's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yeah, we are sure.
100%.
110% positive.
Like Dave did. Now I'm confused. But it's my game, so I'm saying it's Dave's turn. A boarding school in a house full of girls.
Acts of life.
That is a point for Dave. You have moved up to 5 points. Dave, for the additional point, there's one character on there that was not an original character. Who is that character and where did they come from?
It was the old lady, and she came from Saved by the Bell.
You were incorrect. Santori, you can steal the points. I mean, you're correct about the old lady, but you didn't give me a name and you didn't tell me where she came from. Santori, you taking this?
Yes, it was Mrs. G, and she came from Different Strokes.
It is Mrs. Garrett. And she came from Different Strokes.
Man,
Santori gets the point. I'll throw out another one for Dave to ask this to save a point. At the end, Mrs. G left. So for the last 2 seasons of The Facts of Life, who was the actress who came in the show to replace the Mrs. Garrett character?
Haley Mills.
It was not Haley Mills. Mike Santori?
I forgot her name.
It
I
was
know.
Cloris Leachman.
Yes,
Oh.
never. Yeah, I would never.
The
guess
recently departed.
Yes. Recently departed, but
Never
there you go.
forgot.
That was the extra things. So the score now is 8-5. Dave, you're moving up. You got some good points out of it. And we're
Yes,
on
you did.
question 8. So we still have 5 more questions. Santori, this one's for you.
that. All right.
An outspoken conservative is trapped in a liberal hell until he turns 18.
That'd be Alex P. Keaton in Family Ties.
You are correct. That would be Alex P. Keaton in Family Ties. A follow-up question to this one. Who played Alex P. Keaton's alcoholic uncle in a very special episode?
That was Uncle Ned, and that'd be Tom Hanks.
Santori knows his old school.
I can't compete with that. Come on.
That was a great episode. That was a great episode.
See, this is what happens. He was like 10 years older than us when we are growing up, so he could watch this stuff and process it. We're too young for this material.
This is in my head, man.
Hey,
Follow
I
up
just
question.
have this.
I'm on the spot.
I have useless knowledge. What can I say?
All right, Dave. Here's your chance to get some more points.
Come on, Dave. I'm
Oh,
rooting for you.
hold on.
Did you lose your questions?
Now we're going back in time again. Oh, no, we're,
Oh, I see. It's
we're
changing.
starting back over again.
Oh, we're back in White World. Oh no.
An immigrant pursues his musical aspirations despite the best effort of his wife and friends.
Is that
Huh.
I Love Lucy?
That is absolutely I Love Lucy. Dave, you get a
Good
point.
job. Nice.
Caldera available now on Amazon.com.
Paperback comes next week.
Thank you.
Here's your
Glad you're
follow-up
back.
question, Dave. What could they not say on television, and what did they say instead?
They couldn't say sex, and they said whoopee.
Well, that'll give you a point for that. But let's. Okay, here you go. They couldn't say pregnancy on television. What did they use? How did they get by that?
Bun in the oven.
Basically, they said the baby is coming. You could not say on, and people want to talk about how TV is now. Weird tangent, but there was a time that we could not say pregnancy on television because it implies sex, and you didn't want to imply that Ricky Ricardo was having
Who
sex.
was massively like psychologically abusive to Lucille Ball and like cheat on her all the time. But they couldn't say pregnancy because they wanted to keep it wholesome, you know.
And they were a married couple on the show together. That's the crazy thing. Like we clearly knew the characters were supposed to have sex, and the people who actually play the characters had sex together. But
All right, James's Games. Here's a question for you. Who's the first couple that put the beds together?
the first couple that put the beds together was Herman Munster and his wife.
It was the Brady's.
Are we sure about that?
Pretty sure about that.
I think it's the Munsters.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong. If I'm right, then I get enough points to match Santori. If I lose, then you can zero me out.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to research that, and I'll do that at the end of the show. So Santori, you could lose this whole thing on my own confidence that it was the Munsters.
Well, thanks, man.
Together in the same-
Well, that's just great. Thanks. All this hard work.
All this hard work.
You're going
Hard
right down
work.
the
While you're
tubes,
watching
kids.
TV, what kind of work is that? You're just sitting down and watching lots of TV. That's not work. Do some research. Do some
I'm just
research
saying.
between 8 and 10.
Hey, having all this useless information in my head takes a lot of work. Trust me. Trust me. It's a lot of work. Call watching TV, keeping up with old school shit. I don't know.
I'm
It's a
looking it
lot
up
of
right
work.
now. First TV couple to share a bed. 7 key.
Goodbye. Goodbye
Technically-
points.
Here, wait.
Goodbye points.
And
Goodbye points. See
Uh,
you later, points.
I'm looking it
The
up.
suspense is killing me.
Oh, I just already know. Because I think you might be right, David. That's why I'm singing my song. Goodbye, my points. It was nice to have you. Goodbye to my points.
Who is the first TV couple to sleep in the same bed? Come on.
I'm looking it up, man. It says two.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he's
They
going
share
over
bed
there.
on TV, but
He's-
Mike and Carol Brady's double bed is by far the most memorable sleeping arrangement.
Technically, yeah, here, that's what I got too. Technically, Mary Kay and Johnny was the first married couple to share a bed on TV. But Carol Brady's double bed is by far a much more memorable sleeping arrangement. That's what I came up with too.
So I guess
Oh my
we're literally
You-
just back at the same place we were like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, because I wasn't.
Because you weren't wrong and I wasn't right. So we
Hey,
have
the
made
main
zero
thing
progress.
The main
Oh,
thing I
wait.
really want to know. Well,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, well, you got something. I just want to make sure. Do I get to keep my points?
You got to keep your points. So when
I
did
get to keep my
television bow to the obvious and finally showing a married couple in a single bed? The Brady Bunch, the series without a toilet, is often named, but then others have point out that Herman and Lily shared a bed on the Munsters from 1964 to 1966. The eligibility of this one as a valid answer is sometimes questioned because the Munsters weren't exactly a human couple.
Technicality.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
right.
I don't
We
lose
were
any
both
points. You don't win any points because of a
Yes.
technicality. I'm fine with that.
We were both
Okay.
wrong, but I
Okay.
was less wrong.
You
than
were pretty close.
I was
In kind of a
pretty-
weird way, we were all right.
I, you know,
Right.
And we were all wrong.
We were
In a weird
all
way.
wrong and all right. All right. You got okay. We're still in black and white. I needed to change that.
Yeah, he just got with the Lucille Ball show.
He
So
did.
it's my turn, right? Yeah.
He did. All right. It is Mike Santori's
Fine.
turn. All right. Number 10.
Cool.
Rent
That was a rough
control.
one. I was really close to losing my points there.
You were.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Rent
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
control can be a drag sometimes.
Are we in black and white world still?
Yeah.
No?
No, rent control can be a drag sometimes.
Yeah, rent control. I have to be doing with someone. I don't know, bosom buddies.
Mike Santori, you were right. It is
What?
There's a clue in there. Was
Rent control. Rent control.
No, well,
They
that
got-
was
drag.
Drag was supposed to be.
Oh, Hanks was a girl. He played a girl, right?
Remember, bosom buddies? They had to dress up as women to live in that apartment. It was a girl's apartment.
Right.
Oh,
Rent control.
That's where the bosom comes from. Now I get it.
Right. Bosom buddies.
So for the secondary point, Tom Hanks was one of the actors. Who was the other one?
The guy played Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I can't remember his name.
I'm thinking Rick Moranis too, but it's not Rick Moranis.
No, it's like Andrew or I think it starts with an A.
It is not
So-
Tom Star with an A.
Okay, then I don't know it. I really straight up don't know his name.
His name is Peter Scolari.
Damn
The
it.
far more. That was a joke that I stole from Nathan because he used to talk about Michael Jordan and
Scottie Pippen.
who's that other player that went to
Scottie
North
Pippen.
Carolina? Huh?
Scottie Pippen.
No. College ball. Christian Leitner.
Oh yeah.
He would make a Christian Leitner joke, and he would say that, everybody knows that famous person who came out of North Carolina, Christian Leitner, and over Michael Jordan. So my thing I would tell on Jungle Cruise was like, bosom buddies, which we all know launched the career of Peter Scolari.
Yes, I do remember you doing that. Yes, coming up to the load dock.
Yep.
And you're going off on your final spiel, just throwing out random stuff that people should not know that have to do with that cruise at all.
People
Just to
just
let y'all know that Peter Scalari's
You
career.
guys come up with your own material, or do you guys have a script, or is it like a little bit of both? These are two Jungle Cruise captains, two worlds.
Skip.
So yeah, I've always wondered that. Do you guys come up with your own shit?
yes.
We-
Well,
we
we have
asked.
a spiel.
We have a spiel, but we go off on our own sometimes. But we do have a spiel that we directly have to read from, but then we changed it up and made it uniquely like for us.
Yep.
Yep.
So it was all things that like really that we enjoyed, and we could pretty much say whatever we wanted to on it.
Right. Yeah.
So, but then we get in trouble if we did that sometimes too.
Yeah, if the managers overheard and they could hear you say stuff that were not on the spiel, then you might get lectured too. But after a while, since we were there and like we were like funny, they'd let us get away with stuff because they were laughing themselves.
They didn't like that I was calling the snake fake. I got in trouble a lot. But the snake was skipping, man. Like Michael Eisner hadn't painted that snake in a long time. I'm like, guys, they told me that you ruined that woman's son's trip. He thought it was a real snake. And I told him, I said, that child is dumb. Because there's paint. It's missing paint. Fine if he believes the gorillas and the hippos are real. But that doesn't even look like a snake. It looks like a half-painted snake.
And it did. It was really bad.
Thank
Yeah.
God the union was there. Most of the time they were like, shut up, James. Stop talking. I'm like, no, I've got plenty to say. Save the union. It looks like people are commenting. I can't get onto it on my phone, but it looks like people are commenting on the Facebook post.
All right,
Oh, are they?
I'll jump over there.
Yeah, check it over because I think it's your dad who's commenting on it. I want him to tell me how great I am at knowing.
Oh, Chief Numbing was the best. I would always like at the end of like, hey, get two prices of one head for a price of one, or get two heads for a price of one. I go, and then I put the boat in reverse, and I go, yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is your grand finale. This is what you all worked up for.
Yes.
This guy. And then I would go ahead and repeat myself, and then I would like, and so you get the price of one, two heads for the price of, and they go one. I said, see, And you just
That's
imagine that you do. I do that every day for 8 hours for the next of my life or whatever. It was funny.
And it was,
Yeah.
and we would hear them telling the joke, the boat telling the joke with Mike. It was pretty funny. What's your dad saying on there? Did you see anything?
He said that it's weird that the only person known as the Beaver was a guy.
That is an excellent point.
Do we know why that dude was called the Beaver? It's not like he had like big old teeth or anything. Like, why
No.
was he called the Beaver?
There was nothing uniquely that stood out. Why?
Like, who?
Unless somebody knows, there you go. You can write in and get all the points if you tell me why they called the Beaver the Beaver. All right. So, Dave, this one's to you. A girl moves in with her family and discovers just how scary family can be. A normal girl moves in with her family and discovers just how scary family can be.
Just how scary your family can be. I'm blanking hard.
All right. Santori, we're moving on to you.
I know this is wrong, but I'm just throwing it out there because I can't think of anything else. My two dads.
It is not my two dads.
No.
All right. The second question, or the second clue, it's to Dave. This show technically had the second couple in history ever to share a bed.
Is it the Munsters?
It's the Munsters. You are correct.
Yes.
The great thing is we kept talking about the Munsters, and I'm like, I know they wrote the Munsters as one of the questions. So that was fun. Yeah.
I was thrown off by your background. I was thinking like, so I don't know any kind of shows like this in like the colorized era. Sounds a lot like the Munsters, but
I do realize they colorized the monsters. They crossed between black and white and colorization. So, all right. The final one, Santori wins this game basically. But
yeah, it's
it goes back to Santori. Here is the clue for the final question of James's game. A story of two hearts separated by class and also aliens.
Not Morgan Mindy.
It is not Morgan Mindy. Dave, you ready for it again? A story of two hearts separated by class and also aliens.
Third Rock from the Sun. I don't know.
Not Third Rock from the Sun. Goes back to Santori. A spinoff from this show was made about their butler.
Oh, I know the answer, man. Can we get both answers?
Soap.
Correct. That is correct. Dave, you can tell me what the answer to the spinoff was.
Was it Benson?
It was Benson. It was Benson.
Thanks for throwing me a bone there. I appreciate that.
Santori, you win James's games.
Well done, buddy. That was impressive. Your knowledge of Taxi was like world class right there.
Yeah, you did know a lot of Taxi.
I like Taxi. Consider me a fan.
Well, I consider you a fan of the highest degree.
Thank you.
What'd you guys think of it? Like, I
enjoyed it.
That was good.
Yeah.
Man, I just know I don't watch a lot of classic TV.
Yeah.
It's exposed my negative.
Getting in my head. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. What I'm going to go ahead and let you do is you both get to promote. Promote yourselves, and then I'll promote myself, and we'll sign out of here.
All right.
Dave, go first.
Wins. Oh, man, Santori wins. He gets to go first, and you get to go
I get to go last. It's my show.
All right. Then I'll go. Fine. Be that way. So if you haven't heard, Caldera available now on Amazon. It'll be on paperback next week. Next week we have a Mile High Podcast Quick Hits. Christy from the Potter Girls podcast and I will be talking about something pop culture-y. That's it. That's all the plugs I got.
Excellent. Dave, thank you so much for being on. Santori, give us some plugs.
I got Wednesday nights, Santori, What Now? And that will be on 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 8 o'clock Mountain Time, Wednesday nights. What now? The Santori. And
that works. Check it out Wednesday. It's going to be very exciting. My plug is go to www.truckiepacific.com to find out about all of our information. We do a lot of different shows, so go there to find out. On a very personal plug, tomorrow, if you follow Mountain Shore on Facebook, if you follow Truckee Pacific on Facebook, tomorrow evening we are having an unboxing of the estate sale that I just bought with Mel. These will be the first time we see these items in person. And because we like the people who follow us, we're going to give you this option. We're going to show you everything I bought in that estate sale. And I'm going to give you 24 hours before I post it on eBay. So you can beat everyone to it. If you want any of these items, you can do it. So check out Truckee Pacific tomorrow evening. Check out Mountain Shore. Go to www.truckiepacific.com. And that's it. This has been the James's Games. I'm so glad to have Dave and Santori in here.
We want your money.
Oh, yeah. And we want your money. I don't have the Venmo up, so Dave's going to tell you what our Venmo is.
Yeah, it's at Truckee Pacific 303. Venmo at Truckee Pacific 303. Make your sweet Biden stimulus check. It's coming to you. So throw us a couple bucks of that. Why don't you?
Yeah. Truckee Pacific, at Truckee Pacific 303 at Venmo allows us to do these shows. It allows Dave to do his shows. It allows Santori to travel around the country. My storage auction thing I pay for myself. So you're not paying for me to go buy storage units unless you bid on some of my items and buy them. But how about Truckee Pacific? We do a lot. We help out a lot of artists. We're all about getting people out there. Venmo at Truckee Pacific 303. That's where we take your money from. Go to www.truckiepacific.com. Go on Facebook, and you can like the Santori Project. You can like Dave Hawk Author. You can like Truckee Pacific. You can like Mile High Podcast. You can like Mountain Shore. Really, we are shills. So if you see our picture, like it, because we're shilling for whatever that shit is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting us be on YouTube and Facebook. And